I don't know if I recommend being in New Jersey between dusk and 11 p.m. And by the way, now it's not just New Jersey. Reports today that these things, we'll call them drones because that we don't know, but for lack of a better word, have now been seen in New York and over LaGuardia or near LaGuardia and down in Maryland. Listen to this from the governor of Maryland, who just dropped this tweet, Governor Larry Hogan. Last night, beginning around 9:45 p.m., I personally witnessed and videoed what appeared to be dozens of large drones in the sky above my residence in Davidsonville, Maryland, 25 miles from our nation's capital. I observed the activity for approximately 45 minutes. Like many who have observed these drones, I do not know if this increasing activity over our skies is a threat to public safety or national security. But the public's growing increasingly concerned and frustrated with the complete lack of transparency and the dismissive attitude of the feds. The government has the ability to track these from their point of origin, but has mounted a negligent response. People are rightfully clamoring for answers, but aren't getting any. We are being told that neither the White House, the military, the FBI, or Homeland Security have any idea what they are, where they're coming from, or who has launched or is controlling them, and that they pose no threat. That response is entirely unacceptable. I join with the growing bipartisan chorus of leaders demanding that the feds immediately take this, address this issue. The American people deserve answers and action now. This is crazy. We were told yesterday by John Kirby at the White House, nothing to see here. We can't even confirm that there really have been drones. And this is leading now to senior government officials to step out and say, sorry, sir, we are seeing them.
This morning, I had Shyam Sankar on the program. He is the chief technology officer for Palantir. And he's being tipped for the Deputy Secretary of Defense under Pete Hegseth. He's Mr. Artificial Intelligence. And I said, I just happened to say, what do you think of these drones? And Shyam said, they're terrifying. And I thought to myself, holy smoke, this guy is one of the smartest tech people in the country. And he says it's terrifying. And he explained, we don't have control of the domain. And if you don't have control of the domain, you have essentially ceded your national security and your personal security to whoever's in your space. And we have seen drones used rather effectively by the IDF, by Ukraine, by Russia, not so effectively by Iran. But people have got to wonder, what in the world is going on here? It can't be hobbyists, right? Can we eliminate hobbyists? There are too many of them, and it's too elegant a configuration. I don't believe in space aliens. I do believe in adversaries who exploit what Sankar called the orcs, the seams between our various agencies like DHS and the Pentagon, and they have to get much more serious and in a hurry, Megyn.
Yes. I don't get this. There's nothing to see there response by the feds. It makes me think it is the feds, but if it is the feds, why wouldn't they pause now that it's become such a controversy? They're still doing it. So I don't know what's going on, but it's very strange how certain the feds seem to be saying they are, that it's nothing, whereas honesty sounds more like what Larry Hogan said, what these New Jersey lawmakers are saying, like, we don't know what this is and we need to know. Here's the headline from NBC yesterday. Now, key House and Senate lawmakers are demanding that top federal law enforcement officials immediately brief them on these mysterious drone sightings. And here is Kirby, right, at the White House yesterday. He said that Homeland Security, the FBI, and state and local law enforcement have not been able to corroborate any of the reported visual sightings of the drones. He said upon reviewing images of the sightings, law enforcement officials have concluded, quote, these are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully, and said there have been no confirmed drone sightings in restricted airspace. White House National Security Council telling NBC News, we have no evidence at this time that these reported sightings pose a national security or public safety threat or have a foreign nexus. But now you've got New Jersey Senators Cory Booker and Andy Kim, New York Senators Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand sending a letter to the Homeland Security Secretary, who's also a Democrat, as you know, and the FBI director and the FAA head, all saying to all these guys, we demand a briefing. And some say we could get it as late as, or as early as this afternoon, Hugh. This is bizarre. I don't remember seeing anything like this.
No, we have Area 51 to do our experimental stuff. We don't do it in New Jersey.
Right.
But that's not,
Right.
I don't think it's our team. We don't do it, our team. But I will say, why would anyone at the White House expect us to believe them when they told us for 2 years that President Biden was spry in doing jumping jacks and backflips in the Oval Office with Karine Jean-Pierre May? Why would we believe anything they say? I don't. And therefore, when the Intel Committee gets a briefing and Tom Cotton comes out or Mike Waltz comes out of the House and the Senate Intel Committee and says X, Y, and Z, I'll believe them and I'll believe Team Trump when they get there. I'm not believing these people.
Same. I feel exactly the same. And on this one, we actually do need some answers. I mean, I don't know what it is.
Yes.
Here is what I hope it isn't. Watch. It's a massive spaceship for the listening audience from Independence Day.
It's a big spaceship, too.
We're rooting against that. I think that's worse than Iran or the Russians. Am I wrong? Or China?
And remember, Independence Day, they were everywhere at once. But again, they picked New Jersey. So this doesn't make any sense to me, unless they're Jets fans. No,
I don't get it. Like, let's just spend 1 second speculating on what it could be, Hugh, because when I first heard about it, I thought, okay, it's probably like some smart MIT college guys who are super effective with drone technology and are having some fun. Maybe they're from New Jersey, and so they targeted New Jersey just to see what might happen. But this has been going on since November 18th, right? So we're like going on a month now, and it's spreading. And even though the feds are saying to all of us, nothing's there's nothing confirmed. I mean, I know some of the people in New Jersey who say they've seen them. A friend sent me a video who I've known for 2 decades of what she and her husband saw not long ago. But anyway, like the feds would know. The feds would have investigated this no matter what they're telling us. So why would they be lying to us? What could the explanation be that would cause the government to lie?
The easiest explanation is it's the Chi-Coms. They let the balloon float across the country, which I believe was the 3rd or the 4th balloon, but the first one that the public saw. And this administration does not want to have a confrontation with China as it goes out the door. The only people that I think have the technology capability to do this are the Chi-Coms, unless it's the MIT kids. The MIT kids used to blow up the 50-yard line between Harvard and Yale games. They would do funny things like that. So they have lots of tricks, but MIT's nowhere near New Jersey. I don't think it's the Rutgers people, much as we all love Rutgers, they're in the Big Ten. I don't think it's the Rutgers people. So I immediately think Chinese Communist Party.
Could be Princeton people. That's in New Jersey.
Yeah, they don't really actually do science in Princeton.
No, it's more humanities, I guess.
No.
Wait, wasn't Einstein there?
Yeah.
He was there. I think that's a good theory. We're going to find out. I don't think this mystery will remain a mystery, and I don't think John Kirby's going to get away for another day or two of saying, "Don't believe your lying eyes. There were no drones." That's a bunch of BS. For those of us who have been holding our breath for the past several months, waiting for this election, we can finally exhale. Work can now be done on the major issues this country's facing, one of the most significant being our national debt. The fact is our nation's broke, and that debt is a house of cards that cannot be quickly dismantled. So the strategy for you probably remains the same when it comes to your investments. You might want to diversify your savings. This is why I want to tell you about Birch Gold. So many things are out of our control, out of our president's control, so it can be important to have a safe haven for your savings. Birch Gold Group can help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in physical gold. And the best news is it does not cost you 1 cent out of pocket. Text MK to 989898 to get your free info kit on gold. Plus, right now you will receive a free 1-ounce silver eagle for every $5,000 purchased. Protect your savings with Birch Gold and text MK to 989898 to claim your eligibility for free silver today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.